What's going on, guys? Josh Huggett back again. I thought today's episode would be good if we just went through the garden, see what we're actually growing this winter. Third day of winter today. Thought I'd show you what I've got going, what's been going on, tell you kind of what's gone wrong this season as well. I lost all of my seedlings, so I'm a bit further behind than I wanted to be, but go for a walk around the garden, show you what's happening. If you hear any yelling in the background of the video, that is Violet, who's being very vocal at the moment. But we can start here with this bed. I've got a bed of garlic, well, a row of garlic coming up along here. I'm pretty sure everybody's growing garlic at this time of year. That's my strawberry plants that are ready for a cutback. Broccoli, maybe cauliflower coming up here. Beetroot line. Onion, so this was grown using the tape seed that you can buy, that you can roll out. And this is hand planted seed as well. That's our lettuce at the back, because we eat heaps of it. On this propagation table, we have a shrine to my brother. We have a passion fruit vine coming up here, surrounded by lettuce. A plant that my grandma gave me that's non-edible. An orchid that keeps coming back. Another plant from my grandma. Coriander is growing here. Bit of broccoli. These are more passion fruit, so these are actually grown from a store-bought passion fruit that we didn't eat, so I used the passion fruit seeds to grow some more. Back here we have some leeks coming up, more random garlic that I thought didn't survive being planted, but it's actually come up. Some more broccoli or cauliflower coming up here, more lettuce, because we, like I said, we eat a lot of it. My last two red capsicums from the previous season. This one's ready to pick, but down here is an old tomato plant which I'm using as a vessel to grow my peas on. Potato plant here, well, there's a couple in there, but my first time growing in a potato bag, so that's going to be exciting. I'm excited to see the harvest. This is my banana tree, well, what will one day be a banana tree. Currently it's a banana hedge. Mint in here. My in-ground bed, which is where I actually lost all of my seedlings. But we're coming up. Lettuce. Something nice and big coming back here. Here's Tessie. Artichoke. And another artichoke. This one's growing pretty well. So this one is about 4 weeks older than this one. We've got some silver beet and some other beautiful greens coming back here. This is our kale line. If you want to grow anything for the first time ever, grow kale. Super easy. This is perpetual spinach, I believe it's called, which I'm excited to grow. Apparently it grows for quite a long time. Back here, got some Brussels sprouts coming up. Coriander pile at the back. Those beans are hanging on for dear life. They've never really gone too well. And our spring onion section. Alright, this one here is my mulberry tree, which has been cut back severely, but we do have a couple of little fruits growing on there. I'm actually more using it at the moment, another trellis for peas to grow up, which Violet snapped. Another pea plant growing up off an old tomato vine, tomato tree. This was pomegranate, but I don't really know what's going on with it, to be honest. A couple of my fruit trees, which these are all laying dormant at the moment. But yeah, my tangelo tree isn't too good, but my apricot tree is doing really well. Pruned back, ready for some new growing next season. So in this back corner, this was once a beautiful plum tree that one of our dogs decided to eat. So now I've got these root stock coming up I'm kind of just trying to see what's going to go on before I replace it, or maybe put a cubby house here or something. But yeah, this one will be interesting. Back here, again laying dormant because it's winter. Not the best time for fruit trees. Apple trees doing pretty well. Definitely need to mow the lawn, and that's the dog's summer mattress. But this is my side garden, which is really just a mismatch of stuff at the moment, and a hole. This is why you don't have dogs. But you dug up a potato. Great. So I've got a couple of carrots left. So these carrots were actually grown in a spiral, and the reason they're no longer a spiral is because a dog got in here and dug in the bed. So back here there was nothing really growing at all, so there's just been some seeds thrown out. There's a couple of flower seeds in there, Brussels sprout, broccoli, cauliflower, anything that we can kind of get to come up. Slaters are the bane of my existence. Yeah, we're just seeing what will actually grow here, but he's dug 2 holes. This is my now sacrificial plant because it's been getting eaten by aphids and everything its entire life. It's just not doing too well. So it's a sacrifice. This is an old basil, which was a huge performer last season. But again, seedlings coming up. Lemon tree, I reckon this might be my first ever season of getting a lemon, which is exciting. It's been a couple of years. Back over here, I did have a broccoli here, but I've had to move it because this random potato plant came up. I'm excited to see what comes in here. This is another one of those mismatched beds where there's a couple of there's flower seeds, there's cauliflower, there's broccoli, there's bok choy apparently. Whatever comes up, and then we just kind of move it around as it gets larger so that we can. Looks like a weed. It's hard because I don't grow flowers. I'm definitely not a flower gardener, so I don't really know what's a flower and what's a weed at the moment. Yeah, I lost all my seedlings this year due to switching to mushroom compost for the first time. So I had all my seedlings ready for the next season. I had them all in their own little seedling trays, which you will see in my lentil video coming out soon. I used the little plastic trays from Bunnings. Had all my seedlings ready. I was about 6 weeks ahead of time. Switched over to mushroom compost, and nowhere online or anywhere did it say that I needed to check the pH of the soil, which I'm a kind of wing it gardener. I will just figure out what works and what doesn't on my own accord. But yeah, killed all my seedlings. I had a 0% transfer rate. So I'm further behind than I'd like to be, but we've got some good crops coming through now. Should be a good harvest season. We've already started harvesting lettuce and spinach. And apparently now I've started with the potato. That's super frustrating, but we might not have lost the whole plant. Maybe just a singular potato. I can handle that. Has he dug up anything over here? Nothing. He also ruined my ginger season, but that's it. Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated on this channel over the coming weeks. Last little section is some fruit trees. I've got violet in one arm, but blueberry tree, I've never really been good at growing blueberry, but this one survived the longest by far. My coffee tree got burnt by a seaweed fertilizer in a very hot day. My raspberry tree's been cut all the way back, but as you can see there's a tiny little bit of new growth there, so very exciting. Strawberry guava's kind of sitting. And this beautiful plant here got absolutely destroyed in a storm, and by young Violet. She ripped off the leaves and kind of burnt them. But again, we've got some new growth coming. Just spotted it the other day. Very, very exciting times. There it is. So this is all coming up. Even though Violet likes ripping off the leaves. Alright, so that does it for me here today. Thanks for watching this far in the video. If you haven't clicked subscribe yet, make sure you do that. Brand new channel, bringing out a bunch of urban gardening advice, just learning by doing, how-tos, DIY, whatever I can kind of come up with. So, hope you enjoyed one section of my garden. See you next time.